The physics of propulsion systems used by UFOs, including the possibility of antimatter and warp drive technology. When it comes to the topic of UFOs, one of the most intriguing and mysterious aspects is the question of how these unidentified flying objects are able to travel through the vast expanse of space and maneuver through our atmosphere with such incredible speed and precision. Some believe that the answer lies in advanced propulsion systems that utilize cutting-edge technology that is far beyond our current understanding. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the physics of propulsion systems used by UFOs, including the possibility of antimatter and warp drive technology. First, let's start with the basics. In order to understand how a UFO might be able to travel through space, we need to understand the fundamental principles of propulsion. The most basic form of propulsion is known as chemical propulsion, which is what we currently use for our own spacecraft. This type of propulsion relies on the release of stored energy in the form of chemical reactions to produce thrust. However, this type of propulsion is incredibly inefficient and would not be able to provide the kind of speed and maneuverability that is often reported in UFO sightings. So, what other options might be available? One possibility is nuclear propulsion, which would utilize the energy released by nuclear reactions to produce thrust. This type of propulsion would be much more efficient than chemical propulsion and would be able to achieve much higher speeds. However, there are still significant challenges associated with this type of propulsion, such as the need for heavy shielding to protect against radiation, and the fact that it would be difficult to control the direction of the propulsion. Another possibility is the use of antimatter propulsion. Antimatter is the opposite of regular matter, with the opposite charge and other properties. When matter and antimatter come into contact, they annihilate each other and release a huge amount of energy. This energy can then be harnessed and used for propulsion. However, antimatter is incredibly difficult and expensive to produce and contain, so it's unlikely that we'll see this type of propulsion used in the near future. Finally, we come to the topic of warp drive technology. This is a hypothetical form of propulsion that would allow a spacecraft to travel faster than the speed of light by creating a warp bubble around the ship that would contract space in front of the ship and expand it behind the ship. This would allow the ship to move through space without actually breaking the speed of light barrier. While this type of propulsion is purely hypothetical and has yet to be proven possible, it has been studied by scientists and science fiction writers alike. So, what does all of this have to do with UFOs? Well, it's certainly possible that the propulsion systems used by UFOs are based on technology that is far beyond our current understanding. Some believe that UFOs are able to travel through space using advanced forms of propulsion that utilize antimatter or even warp drive technology. While there is no concrete evidence to support these theories, it's certainly an intriguing possibility. It's also worth noting that the physics of propulsion is not the only area in which UFOs appear to exhibit capabilities that are far beyond our current understanding. For example, UFOs are often reported to be able to change direction and speed in an instant, which would require some form of advanced inertial dampening technology. Additionally, some have suggested that UFOs may be able to manipulate gravity in order to achieve their incredible speeds and maneuverability. All in all, the physics of propulsion systems used by UFOs is an incredibly intriguing and mysterious topic. While we currently have no concrete evidence to support the idea that UFOs are utilizing advanced forms of propulsion such as antimatter or warp drive technology, it's certainly an intriguing possibility. It's also worth considering that the UFOs themselves could be a completely different form of life with completely different means of propulsion. It's also worth noting that the physics of propulsion is not the only area in which UFOs appear to exhibit capabilities that are far beyond our current understanding. For example, UFOs are often reported to be able to change direction and speed in an instant, which would require some form of advanced inertial dampening technology. Additionally, some have suggested that UFOs may be able to manipulate gravity in order to achieve their incredible speeds and maneuverability. So, what do you think about the possibility of UFOs utilizing advanced forms of propulsion such as antimatter or warp drive technology? Is it something that you find believable, or is it too far-fetched? Do you have any personal experiences or theories related to this topic? We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. So please leave a comment and let us know what you think.